Well, hello, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Cody, the founder of Montarbo Skincare, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin, regardless of your age, concern, or budget. If you are new, welcome. If you love this info, please subscribe. And I have the one and only fabulous
Crystal. Hi.
Hi, Crystal. I love having her here with me. She's just so good. So what are we going to talk about today?
Alpha-hydroxy acid.
Woo! My favorite acid in the whole world. It really is.
Yeah.
Like if there was only one ingredient I could use in my office on clients, out of retin-A, salicylic, all of it, it would be alpha-hydroxy.
For sure.
For sure.
It's everything. I see the benefits from not just my clients, but me, and just firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. Alpha-hydroxy has been around for years. It's the gold standard. It lost popularity probably, definitely within the last 20 years because retinol really came on the scene, and retinol is amazing, and using both together is amazing. But alpha-hydroxy is just such an incredible ingredient because it affects so many, it causes so many benefits for so many concerns on most skin types. And that's what I love about it, is that it's so versatile. It's a versatile acid. What's really great about this acid more than anything is that you're using the science of it being the smallest molecular structure of an ingredient able to penetrate the skin of an acid, which versus AHA, BHA. And that's really great because you're allowing that acid to kind of travel in deep enough to the pore and the follicle where if you have breakout or congestion or oil production over amounts of it, it can help to kind of dissolve and melt that oil. And then it kind of dissolves, or it kind of breaks apart the intercellular cement of the skin that kind of holds the bonds of skin together. So it breaks those apart. So it sheds off, allows the skin to become just brighter and more beautiful and more youthful looking.
Yeah, it makes sense why it's so beneficial because it's able to penetrate. And a lot of times, the damage is deeper in the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always below the surface. It always is, yeah. I mean, unless you're very lucky and you just got a couple little things on the surface. But if you're really kind of dealing with your skin now and you haven't been treating it, or you have kind of a skin concern that is really stubborn that you can't seem to get rid of, or it's not, the results aren't becoming sustainable, it's always because it's a cellular issue. It's an issue of skin health, and it's an issue of that skin probably not being turned on, and alpha-hydroxy acid turns that cell on. It wakes it up to exfoliate off and to regenerate, much like vitamin A, without the side effects. That's also what I love about alpha-hydroxy, is no matter who you are, no matter what skin type you are, no matter if you have the most delicate, sensitive skin where you can't even touch it because ow, still you come in to see me and I'll use alpha-hydroxy acid on you, because in that process of the skin becoming irritated by the acidity of the product because of its penetration and the pH of it, the skin becomes stronger. It sends up its own soldiers of histamine and the skin's response of healing, that actually in that process, through the irritation, the skin becomes more tolerant of the acid. It builds up a tolerance. It's kind of like building up an immunity to the acid that makes your skin stronger, much like you get a flu shot. This is just coming to me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're building up like the antibodies for that irritation that occurs through the alpha-hydroxy. Same is true of other active ingredients as well, but I'm just explaining more on alpha-hydroxy today because it's in all of our products for the most part, and there's a reason why, and because I just know it works after tens of thousands of clients that I've seen over the years, and thousands of products over the years that I've used on myself and clients. I just stick with what I know is going to work, especially because I'm taking your money. I'm like, I don't have time also for you to consider what possibly might be causing the result.
Like a guessing game.
Yeah, no, I just need it to work, girl. I need it to work every time consistently.
I don't think there's ever, I can't even recall, unless it's necessary, but I don't think we ever not use it in a service or treatment. Even if we're going lighter, we use like maybe a smaller dosage of cleanser. We use our advanced cleanser.
Yeah.
And we've had some people who are really sensitive.
Extremely sensitive. And they're fine.
Yeah.
And we do all that we do, that we sell to you online, and that we use that in our back bar. And then we use like percentages of 15, 30, 50% alpha-hydroxy acid on top of the cleanser and the lactic. So, you know.
Yeah, I just love it for its many benefits.
Like breakouts, you want to talk about that? Yeah.
For breakout, for helping with congestion and lifting and pulling, especially if you got that breakout that's not quite there yet and hasn't come to a head. I mean, it helps with just really
Pulling
releasing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also with texture,
Oh,
tone,
yeah.
brightening, strengthening, hydrating. I know that sounds weird because it's drying.
Do you want to explain why that happens?
So I know it sounds odd because exfoliants or AHAs are known to be a little more on the drier side
Yeah.
or stripping, but it actually sends a good message to the skin. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, to start using its own natural function of just moisture and retaining it better. Because if we're always relying on, you know, creams, oils, and things like that, then our skin can become lazy, which you probably heard us say before.
Yeah.
But it's true, and I've even experienced
A lot of people don't agree with us on that, just so you know.
That's,
Yeah,
I mean, hey.
and that's fine.
I
That's
mean-
our philosophy. You can resonate with whatever philosophy you want.
Right,
but-
and I'm not saying that you shouldn't use oils and creams or whatever. Use whatever you feel works best and suits you.
Yeah.
But my goal is to not have to rely on things like that. Plus, I get oily and congested, so I have to kind of be careful. But anyways, so yeah, that's just what I've seen from my experience, and with our clients too. But yeah, so it's just a nice way to really train your skin to be able to function at its best with hydration and just strengthening everything, just kind of waking it up, like, okay, let's
Yeah.
start working now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Definitely. So it produces its own natural moisturizing factors, that's what they're called, through the stimulation of new skin. So when the top layer of your skin, when you're using alpha-hydroxy, because people will also ask, and I'm just throwing this in there, they go, oh, will it thin my skin? Yes, it thins the stranium corneum, which is dead skin. But then through regular use of alpha-hydroxy acid, much like vitamin A, through that, like I've already talked about, that controlled inflammation and heat that's occurring through the penetration of that molecule being so small that goes into the skin, then what happens over a longer period of time is your skin, it will regenerate and come up to the surface. And yes, the top layer will be thinner, but the bottom layer of the dermis will become thicker. So you thin the top layer, which you kind of want anyway, it's dead skin, and then what you're left with, and that's why we always kind of look shiny, because we have like the babiest, freshest skin up here, because we're exfoliating all the time with our alpha-hydroxys.
I'm like, it's just sweat.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just nervous. So, well, it's incredible for the acne, but it's incredible for the collagen production, anti-aging, pigmentation, melasma. It's another reason why I use it in the back bar in all my products, is because it gives us the most bang for our buck, offering multiple skin types and multiple skin concerns a benefit. So like our new cleanser, it's every ingredient that's in there that will help most skin types and most concerns. So if you have acne, pigmentation, anti-aging, texture issues, it's everything in there is kind of meant to help with all of those things. And if you don't have those concerns and you still use it, your skin's just going to look snatch.
Yeah.
It's going to look flawless.
Yeah.
And it's going to prevent issues.
Kind of takes the guesswork out too, because if it's multi-functions, but it's also a nice start. Like if you are new to the skincare and you're wanting to use something, AHA is a perfect way to go.
Yeah.
Just to get your skin conditioned, and
it's probably in your product already.
Yeah.
And it's, you probably just didn't know this, and we're kind of talking about it a lot because it's in our formulas and our brand, and it's what gets us the results in our office, and like I've tried to make other ingredients work more, because even in our industry, they're like, no, this new thing is the thing. And so I'm like, oh, what is it? I get excited like all of you. But then I'm like, no. And then they're not getting a result. I'm like, I'm back to square one of stick with what works, girl. Don't try to get too creative here. So, yeah, also with the pigmentation, that's a really important thing, because it does help. It doesn't suppress pigmentation like other ingredients, but what it does is it does exfoliate the skin. It does help to brighten that pigmentation, and it does help to dissolve some of the pigmentation that's below the surface of the skin. And then when you also put another agent on the skin afterwards, like if you used an alpha-hydroxy and then you use like a brightener, a hydroquinone, or an acne product, or your retinol. Oh, girl, now it's going to go in. Now you've helped assist that other ingredient that you're really trying to get in deeper to offer you a more dramatic effect. You're giving it another, like, just, you know, it's another bonus for the skin. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, girl, if you're not using alpha-hydroxy, no, I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're not that serious about this stuff, but I promise you, even if it's from another line, it's something that you need to start using today, regardless of what skin type you have and regardless of what skin concern you're dealing with. It's just my favorite, best ingredient to use on myself and our
Others.
clients and everyone. So
It's a star ingredient for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's it. I think try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really believe that alpha-hydroxy acid is the way to go to help you achieve your skincare goals. If you have any questions about today's video, about how to use alpha-hydroxy acid or anything like that, feel free to ask them below. Remember to stay gorgeous, and we'll see you soon in a new video. Bye.
Bye.